This tutorial is going to give you a quick overview as to how to make your Google site look even less like a Google site by adding a custom header in your Google site. So the first thing that I want to do is turn off the title of my site, which is Gina's Sandbox. And so quit having that appear on every single page and actually insert a custom image that I'm going to make in Pixlr to make my site look a little bit more unique. So the first thing that I'm going to do is go into More and then Manage Site. And then this box up at the top where it says Site Name, Gina's Sandbox, and it says Show Site Name at the top of pages, I'm going to untick that and then click on Save and go back out to the site, and you'll notice that my title has quit appearing at the top of my site. If I go to any of my other pages, it's not there either. Okay, so I'm here at my home page again. Now I'm going to create a custom header, and I'm going to do that in Pixlr. And so Pixlr is an online photo creation editing program. It's kind of like Photoshop. I'm going to create a new image, and this image title, I'll just call it Site Header. And the width of this, I'm going to make it 960 by 200 because that is about the correct dimensions for creating a header on a Google site. I'll go to OK. Okay, and so now I have like a long blank canvas, and the first thing that I'll do is I'll add a gradient on there. So I am going to select actually a prettier gradient that is pink, and I'm going to take my gradient tool and just pull it up across to create kind of this pinkish gradient. I'm not like totally crazy about that actually. Let's try this one. See more variation in colors. Okay, that gives us a little variation of colors, or a little bit different look to it. Now I'm going to add some text on there, and so I clicked on the text box right there, and I'm just going to call this Gina's. And I'm going to say okay, but I'm going to actually change the font to, and if you see as I scroll through the fonts, they all preview in the header there. And the font that I like the best, or it's just a personal preference, is, oh, where is it? Oh, I'll do Lucida handwriting. So Gina's, okay. I'm going to add another text box actually, and you'll see why in a second. Sandbox site. Okay, and now I think that these are too small actually, and so I'm going to change the size of them to make them a little bit bigger. Oops. So this first one, edit it, go to make it bigger. There we go. Okay. And then this other one that says Sandbox Site, we're going to make that bigger as well. So, yeah, there we go. Okay, and now I want to position these just exactly the way that I want to. And so here in Pixlr, you can see that there's 3 different layers going on. There's the background layer, which is right there. There's the layer that has Gina's on there. and then there's the layer that says Sandbox Site. And so I'm going to start by just very finely adjusting the genus layer. So I have that one selected, and I click on my Move tool, and then I can just move around this first layer exactly where I want it. And then if I go to Sandbox Site, I can move that exactly the way that I want it. And so now, for our purposes today, I'm happy with this header, and so I am going to go ahead and save it. And so to save it, I'm just going to log into my account. Yes, it is. Log in with Google. Okay. And then I am going to go ahead and, oops, I think I have to move that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so go up here to save. Sorry guys, my screen recording tool was blocking my save button. And I'm going to save this image just for today to my computer so I can find it really easily. I'm just going to save it on my desktop. So go to OK. And we'll call it site header, and it's on my desktop. Save. Okay, so now this is the image that I'm going to use as my header. And so if I go back to my site, and I just added it to my desktop, go back to my site, and I am going to go to Edit Site Layout. And if I click on the header here, and I just kind of move this over, I am going to go to Attach a File, or choose a file. And yep, that site header shows up right there. I'm going to grab that and go OK. And then I might have to just adjust my site size a little bit to work with my logo. And so you notice how there's so much white space over here on the right hand side. What I do is I just always mess with the size of the site until I can get it to look good with the header. And so that wasn't quite what I needed. Let's try 1050. Yeah, that's getting closer for that. So I'm just going to click on save. And so there, now I have a custom logo or custom header for my site. When I go to all my different pages, that custom logo shows up on all of them. So that's how to create a custom header in Pixlr to add to your site to make it look a little less like a Google site.